Oh, we're live now.
We got our
We're
wiggle
live
in.
now.
We got our wiggle in.
Awesome.
We're here. We're here.
We are doing a late night edition. And for a second, I thought, wow, this must be what Jimmy Kimmel feels like. And I'm like, no, he's richer than me. He's got a bigger audience than me. So not the
barely.
same.
His guests are richer than me.
Just
Not
by like
the
a couple dollars.
Just a couple dollars.
He goes live at what, like 11 or midnight or something like that. I don't know. I never up that late, but
I'm asleep for 3 hours.
Oh gosh. We'll try not to take up all your time, Jessica.
I'm showered. It's fine.
I'll go ahead and do a quick introduction. So anyone who's watching that doesn't know me, I'm Brittany Brainstorm, and I own the creative agency Brainstorm Boutique. My sister Casey is with us tonight. She is my right-hand person. She's a designer, and she is a social media performance coach. Oh. And we're super excited. I know, she's really good, actually. We're super excited because we have Jessica Baine with us tonight, and she is Southern Illinois blogger with Caffeine Until Cocktails. And Jessica, I'm so excited that you made time for us. I know we had to reschedule once.
I know. It's like, I'm so sorry.
No, hey, this
life is
perfect.
Hectic.
You're good. Well, okay, speaking of hectic, I'm gonna turn it over, let you introduce yourself and let people know about you and Caffeine Until Cocktails.
Okay, so as you said, I'm Jessica Baine. I am first and foremost a mom to an amazing 2-year-old little boy. And then I know he's so cute. And then I'm a nurse practitioner. So a lot of people that follow me I don't know if they think I'm just a mom and a blogger, because I'm not. That doesn't pay the bills. I make like $2 a month or something crazy like that. But I'm a nurse practitioner by trade. I was a nurse before that. And I decided once I became a mom, it was freaking lonely in this little community of being a mom. And the thing that I saw most in the blogging world, if you will, was all these bloggers had like 27 strollers and live in the city and live this glamorous life. And I'm like, I live in Southern Illinois. That is not realistic for most moms. Most moms don't have those luxuries. They don't have these things. And I want them to not feel so alone and feel connected to somebody and hear the trials and tribulations of what real mom looks like, and not swipe up for this $3,000 stroller, because that's just not realistic. And that was one thing that really was my pushing point, was you're not alone. And I really felt like I built this community. And then I got into the local business scene, apparently. And now I'm this little like local business guru somehow.
Not little, big time.
I don't know about that, but it really is like a passion project of mine, because I am stuck in Southern Illinois for a long time. My son is here. My job is here. My family is here. And I want to see the community of Southern Illinois be successful. I want to see our university be successful. And I want people to really fall in love with this region and all the things that it has. So that's become my other niche of the blogging world.
Love it.
I love that. No, I love that. That really speaks to me, because I think a lot of people, when you're younger, like you have these dreams of like getting out of Southern Illinois and leaving. And because everything always looks better and more glamorous, and it probably is, rightfully so, right? But
and I did that. I went to St. Louis, I went to Dallas, I went to Nashville, and then I was back. So I saw another world.
Yeah.
And then I was here.
How does that make you? I'm really curious about this. So, like, how does that affect your perspective of the area after having been in the cities and that sort of lifestyle?
I feel like we're almost like 10 steps backwards, and that will go with any type of small town, rural community. Change is hard for a lot of people. And not to say small minded, but change is hard for a lot of people. And if you haven't been in an experience that has challenged you and you've lived in that same routine day in and day out, change is always going to be terrifying. And I think that what I found is that I was willing to deal with change and go about all these things and take the plunge and not be scared. And coming back here and seeing businesses just like 10 steps back and not willing to dive off the deep end and take a risk and, you know, all those things, it really is hard because I just want to shake some people and be like, just do it. Just get it over. You know, and if I can push people out of their comfort zone as a quote unquote blogger, I'm happy to do so. You know, I did that big giveaway recently. And a lot of the businesses were like, thank you for like continuing to push us every single day, because it was a 7-day giveaway, and businesses every single day I messaged them being like, okay, make sure you engage with your audience, like do these things, because social media will change businesses. And I truly do believe that if you have an aesthetically pleasing business, restaurant experience, people flock to that. People want to spend their money there. And if you have a good product, food, even if you're a hole in the wall place, if you have a good presence on social media, I truly believe that you will be successful in what you do.
Oh yeah, for sure. I love that. That is so true. Give a little context about that. Oh, we got a comment. Emma Davis is watching tonight. Yay!
I know, she told me she was going to be watching. Preach, my little marketing guru.
Preach. Yes, Emma.
Love it.
Christy Saylor, she's with Saylor Social. She's a social media manager. She said 100%.
Yes.
Thank you guys for watching tonight. Yes. So we're all like clapping, snapping, sending the fire emojis.
Yeah.
That's so true. So to talk about the giveaway, like it was huge. It wasn't it wasn't like you just got a few gift cards and did a little thing here and there. You did a big thing.
Okay, I just want to preface this. I messaged Savannah from Savannah James Photography, and I said, I'm thinking about doing this like community giveaway, but I think like I'll message just a couple businesses, see if there's any interest. What do you think? And she's like, I love that idea. Do it, make it happen. And I was like, great. And I was like, no one's going to respond. So I'm going to message like 20 businesses and see if they're interested.
Oh no.
Well, then like all 20 businesses said yes.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, this is bigger than my Christmas giveaways when I did 15 days of giveaways at Christmas. And so I think it was something, you know, I got to meet these business owners and really like dive into like people and meeting these owners. And I just feel so connected to them.
Yeah.
And it's so funny when they're like, thank you. You're a celebrity. I'm like, I'm just Jessica. Like, please don't treat me that way. I want you to be successful because you're a business owner. And I literally want everyone who visits your store to be as excited as I am about this. Like, and that's how I think people should treat small businesses, is everyone should be that excited. You know, I had 17th Street who have 18,000 followers all the way down to an account with less than 1,000. So I think to see that, you know, difference and help each other grow, the community over competition was really special to me. And to see just the interaction and how excited people were for it. And I mean, I think it's cool when businesses are messaging me, like, if you do this again, I want to do it. And I'm like, can I take a nap first? Like, great.
No, because I didn't win. I want to win that. I was at like 10 times.
I know. You know, what's funny is the girl who won, she's from like an hour and a half away.
Good.
And she comes to Southern Illinois all the time. And was like, I love visiting Southern Illinois. This is so exciting. And I was like, that's amazing that you entered because you love to visit this area. So I thought that was really cool. And just the exposure to businesses, you know, I had one business owner who was like, I've never even heard of this place over in Marion. And so they were so excited to go visit. Like, business owners who had never heard of certain places, and they were so excited to go check another business out, and vice versa to all these places. And, you know, I went to the opening of Heather's Bake Shop and I met the owner of Cold Blooded Brew Coffee there. And I was like, this is so cute that you guys are all like hanging out. And then Heartland Beef, the owners went over there and met them and visited. And I was like, okay, you guys are adorable. Like, I love seeing the back and forth and the supporting of each other.
Is this new? Heather's
Bake Shop. Heather's Bake Shop. It's in downtown Carterville. She just like baked out of her house and does a ton of stuff. And she opened in the what's it called?
It was Rise Above It Cafe.
Oh, and I love ribs above it. R.I.P. I love them. Their salads were to die for. Ugh.
Crystal salad dressing is the best.
Well, and they sell it at Heather's Bake Shop. Fun fact.
Oh, good to know. Okay. And I think
you can pick up a little bit.
Says it online too.
Yeah. And I mean, she's just a really good cook. Like, she's just really good.
The best.
It was just a bummer. Yeah, I think with COVID, like, it made it really hard to see businesses you love close because they couldn't survive it. And that makes it really hard. Like, so maybe really that's why I'm going to go wait tables this weekend.
Okay.
This my guilt's kicking in.
Mackey's must persevere.
They cannot close due to COVID.
Okay, so no one else knows this. Is this something you want to say on the live stream?
Are we going to say this out loud?
Let's drum up business.
Oh my God. So if for all of you that don't know, I waited, like, this is my ongoing joke that, like, I waited tables at Mackey's Pizza. That was my first, like, big girl job. 16 years old. I went to Mackey's Pizza. I was Christian into the adult world. That it was slightly terrifying. Like, literally, I worked with all these college kids that, like, bought me booze and, like, corrupted me probably.
Oh no.
I know, so bad. So now I worked there till I was like 21, all through college on Christmas breaks. Well, I know the owner or one of the managers really, really well. And he texted me tonight and was like, "Can you work Saturday night? I'm desperate." And I was like, "How desperate? Because this is a joke, right?" And he was like, "No." So to everyone, I will be working at Mackey's Pizza in Marion from 4 to 7 on Saturday.
Yes.
And if your food is messed up or I spill a drink, sorry, I'm just a nurse practitioner.
Tip her extra if that happens.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel like I should donate it to, like, a charity or, like, an organization, but now I'm like, who do I donate it to? Like, what do I do? Maybe I, like, do a poll.
Okay, you should comment below.
Comment below who I should donate my tips to.
Who should she
on
donate tips?
Saturday? Yeah.
Yes, donate below. An awesome nonprofit. Donate below. Oh, Andrea DeYoung with the Bubby's Boutique just commented.
Oh, I love her. Hi, Andrea.
We love Andrea. Oh my gosh. We had her on the live stream talking about her business, and she's not in Southern Illinois, but you actually do some stuff with her.
Yeah, Elliot's a brand ambassador.
Really?
Or I'm a brand ambassador. I don't know. I order probably way too many things from her, and I'm obsessed. So.
It's so cute.
She's got the cutest. So. Oh, Robert Bowe commented, relatable. I'm assuming
it's definitely about the college kids corrupting him. He used to work at Triple E in West Frankfort. And if your best friend works at Triple E in West Frankfort, you work in Triple E in West Frankfort.
I love that so much.
The community works at Triple E in West Frankfort.
Oh my God.
I used to spend all my time there.
I was going to say, this might have to be an offline conversation with us and Jessica. Okay.
I mean, my Mackey stories.
Oh, yeah.
Fujiyama. In medical school.
Yeah. Oh, he's
on his way to be a doctor.
It's all a joke.
He's on his way to be a doctor, and he's gonna fix everybody up.
He is.
He already has in med school, so he's gonna be a doctor in December.
He's from Thompsonville, and he is in the Bronx, going to med school. So we're shouting out all the local people tonight. This is what it's all about tonight.
I know. I'm here for this.
So
this is amazing.
Commenting, we're gonna find a way to shout you out tonight and your relationship to.
I'm gonna tell your story.
Yes. Okay. But for real, comment below which nonprofit her tips need to support from Saturday. Oh, Brittany Wynn says tip donations to the Salvation Army in Marion. Good.
I didn't even know there was still a Salvation Army there. Okay.
Yeah, around the square.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, they do some great things over there. Okay, so Jessica, we talked about doing we talked about a lot of stuff already.
I know, sorry. It's 14 minutes in and I'm like,
I love it. Me and Casey are a little chatty, so we might end up getting like our second wind and stay up till like 2 a.m. in the morning.
I'll be asleep on my pillow over here.
I think we'll be conking out soon after. But so let's talk about Caffeine Until Cocktails. First, I want to talk about what inspired it, what inspired the name, and then where is it now, and like where do you see it going? I know there's a lot of
okay.
things
Is it
front,
so bad that I literally thought you would ask this question, and I was like,
yes!
I have.
Okay, good.
I have to ensure these people that I'm not an alcoholic. Like, I'm going to preface as I have a glass of wine. So when I had a baby, I literally, this sounds awful, but I would drink my coffee every morning because I was not sleeping. You know, I was nursing. I was up every 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours, feeding the baby, pumping, yada, yada, yada. And then my milk hadn't came in and I was in the hospital, and I came home and she was like, just drink this Bud Light. It'll help your milk come in. And I was like, oh, okay, Mom. Whatever your mom says, you just do.
Of course.
So,
right.
you know,
Absolutely.
And so it was one of those things that like day by day, it was like a couple cups of coffee and, you know, I had to drink my 19 waters. And then it was like, when can I have my beer to help my milk come in? And then it was like,
it's for the baby.
It's for the baby, literally. For the baby. And then it was like, when can I? And then I was in grad school too, finishing up. So it was like, when can I have a glass of wine? Or like, so it was really like those really long days when you were just literally chugging coffee until you can pour a glass of wine. And even on those super stressful days of parenting, grad school, caffeine until cocktails, like refill the coffee until it's time for a glass of wine or a beer or a vodka or whatever. And it's not to say I overdrink or overindulge or anything like that. That was just like, oh, caffeine until cocktails. And it really just stuck. It so sounds cute. Really well.
Yes.
It sounds really well. And as I created the account and did all these things, and I reached out to some of my social media guru friends, and they were like, I love it. My creatives, if you will. And they were like, just do it. I think you'll, wherever it takes you, it takes you. And I talked to a lot of people, and they were like, whether you influence 10 people or 10,000, if you're making a difference, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to get caught up in the number of followers and XYZ. But then, I get these messages from women that I got one last week, and watch me cry because that's what I do. And she said, I just want to thank you for talking about like your struggles and momhood and mental health and Zoloft even. She's like, because I finally, after 10 to 15 years of battling anxiety and depression, I made an appointment with my doctor and I'm getting started on meds, and I have you to thank for that. And it's one of those things, it's like, I didn't think that, there are days that I'm like, oh, this is a joke, I need to quit. But then I get a message like that, and it's like, to know that someone was willing to reach out just because I said it out loud. And, that's huge to me. Like, that is such a big deal. And I never want anyone, the fact that she felt like she couldn't ask for help or approach her provider or thought she was just like dealing was fine. That's not okay either in this world we live in.
Yeah.
And so for
Robert
these people to reach out.
Yes. Clap emojis. Want you to know we
love
got
it. Love it.
In the comments. Amen.
Love it. So it was one of those things that it was like, I get these messages from women who are just struggling, and just to normalize the struggle makes it so much better for me to just feel better about that.
Mental health is health.
You're welcome, Robert.
That's by a doctor.
I love it.
That's so true. Jessica, so, I'm not a mom, and I find your social media is so relatable. I feel like I've gotten to know you even more through your social media platform. And you really do share things that people don't talk about publicly on social media or anything like that. So I think you definitely have done an amazing job with creating an authentic community. And I know there's a lot of local people who follow you, but I know there's a lot of non-local people that follow you. Right?
I have people that message me that are like, you make me want to move to Southern Illinois. I'm like, bring it on.
Come on.
I'm like, we have state income tax, but sorry. I mean, I have a lot of friends from Texas because I lived in Dallas, and friends from Tennessee because I lived in Nashville. And so they're always like, no, you're crazy. Okay. Sorry. A girl can dream.
They'll make it work for them.
Yeah, right.
I love that. I think one of the things that I say to a lot of the people I work with is, if you speak it, it will be, right? If you throw it out there, like, it will happen. And I think a lot of times we're just too afraid to say out loud whatever it is we want to do. But it's not just what we want to do, it's also what's the conversations we want people to start having, and what's the walls we want to start breaking down in our society.
100%.
Yeah.
And I found that it is a very generational thing. My mom sometimes thinks I overshare. She tells me, and that's okay. And that is a very generational thing. And I do believe that millennials, Gen Z are very much more open to talking about it. And I think that's a good thing. I think that we are kind of turning the tide in that regard, especially millennials. I think we're really badass hard workers, but we also want to talk about our feelings and feel the feels.
Yeah.
So I think there's definitely a happy medium there, that we can do both, that we can be hard workers, we can be badass, we can not give up ever. But I just want you to know I suffer from depression and anxiety, and I take Zoloft every night.
Well,
okay, bye.
Yeah.
I feel like we saw our parents break their backs every single day and stuff everything inside, and it didn't mean anything.
No.
Like, they didn't mean anything. It was for nothing.
Yeah.
So it was like, not only did they like have a hard day at work, they had a hard time at home because they wouldn't tell us what was going on.
Yeah. And I think that, one thing I preach to my sons too, in just saying, I know you have feelings. And I say it every day. Like, if he's crying or he's upset, it's like, you can cry, but we need to talk about it. Use your words. Like, let's just he may have no clue what I'm saying, but if I can reiterate over and over and over, I'm so here for this conversation. Me too, Robert.
Love you, baby.
If we can continue to just really talk about it. Like, I truly think everyone should be in counseling and therapy just to have a session and just deal with it. And it's not a bad thing. Like, it's not a negative thing. And I think there's such a negative connotation about mental health. Like, that just, it is what it is. Like, I got a cold. I got anxiety.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, your brain is just like a pile of meat with electricity in it. Of course, you're going to have some stuff mess up. Even you may not suffer from it daily, but I think everyone may feel just a little bit of anxiety, or, they go through, winter blues. I mean, seasonal affective disorder is a real thing, So there's all these things that if I can talk about and just help people feel a little less alone, why not? Why not make a difference? If I can feel comfortable doing it, let's help everybody else do it. Yeah. And I hope our generation of school counselors and mental health professionals understand that depression, things like that, present differently in girls, in femme socialized people.
Yeah.
And I hope that diminishes with Gen Z and younger, whatever the next generation is.
Whatever they are.
Yeah.
I don't know all the letters. Gen Z, A, B.
Because girls literally just show it in different ways. They show being bullied in different ways. They show being hurt in different ways. And we have to start being like, if that girl is obnoxious, maybe she's not like some bossy, crazy girl. Maybe she has ADHD, and you should look into that.
Yeah. And, I look back now, things that happened in high school, how awful girls were to me. And I'm like, oh, that was kind of fucked up. Sorry if I need to bleep that, but it's so, I've talked about other things on my podcast about things with, an ex-boyfriend that I'm like, that was kind of traumatizing. I probably should have worked through that. And I just didn't. And now I'm like,
just pass it off as normal, which is the saddest part, because it should not be a normal experience.
Yeah. And so it's one of those things now I'm like, okay, I can recognize it, but that's because I've went through some hard stuff lately, and I went to therapy and I'm working through it, and it's like, okay, but there are a lot of people that don't know that. So if I can talk about it out loud and just, they realize it, I think that's a good thing.
Well, and so, they say you can't be what you can't see. You literally cannot be on the path to like a good mental health state if you've never seen that, and if you've never seen the steps that it takes to get there. And honestly, I feel like a lot of business owners especially suffer from anxieties and things like this, because there's all these things going on in their lives, and unpredictability and such, without like a steady paycheck from an employer, which has
COVID.
its own
COVID alone for small business owners was the most stressful thing ever. I remember talking to Lauren at Eccentrics, and she was like, I don't even know if my business will survive this. And to think about that as a business owner, I can't even fathom.
Yeah.
So when I reached out and was like, what can I do to help? She's like, can you just show off my product? Can you like do 20 try-ons? Sure. And that's truly where it came from, me like starting the small business stuff, because she needed help and she's a friend. So I'm not going to tell her no. I'm not going to be like, absolutely not. So.
And I want to add the importance there, just for people in general, when they do shop at these small businesses, like tag them, share the products you bought from them, give them the shout out, like help. That is free. You bought the product and you bought what you wanted, but like you can continue to support them beyond that. If you ordered something online from them, or went in person or did a pickup, if your customer service was awesome, like tell people that and share that story.
Share the good word.
It's you don't have to be someone with a huge platform. Like people trust their friends and their experiences. And there's like certain people, I'm like, if they post it, like you're one of them, Jessica, but like if someone posts about something, I'm like, I need to go check that out, or I need to go, or I really want that,
And equally, businesses need to recognize that as free content generation and actually share it, because there are lots of times that I know that, and I don't know when it was, but I just know that there have been points in my life where I've like been like, oh, I bought this cute thing at wherever,
it wasn't shared,
expecting to be part of their community because I had a great time there, obviously, because I bought something. And then it's not shared back in, and it's like, first of all, that's a free post for your algorithm. It mixes in different things in your content, and then at the same time, like you didn't say, hey, I valued you, thank you for creating this thing, because it does take energy.
What's crazy is when I was doing the giveaway, it was like repost the things you're tagged in. Like I was telling people to do that because it was like they didn't know either. So and that is, that is a learning curve that I tell my mom that every day, when we talk about my platform and everything, I'm like, this is a business game changer, and I will continue to help educate. I don't even think I'm a social media guru. If I want to do something on Instagram, I like get on Google and I'm like, all right,
hey,
how
to
crop out background. And like, that's the stuff I do, and I follow, and I do that because I'm not a tech guru, but I can tag a business for days. I know how to do that.
Yeah, I'm going to add here, social media and the platforms change so rapidly that no one is a guru, right? Like we're all Googling, we're all trying to learn, because you think you got it figured out one moment, and then freaking the algorithm changes, or they do something somewhere, and then it's like, oh, everything.
And then I mute it or something.
Now I got to start all over again. Now I got to have the new strategy.
Yeah, exactly. And so that makes it really, really hard.
Well, that goes with what you were saying earlier about being flexible and knowing how to adapt to new things. It's not just your surroundings, it's also in the digital space too, right?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Like, I see all these beautiful stories and like fonts, and I'm like, I don't have time to do this 24/7. Like, this is not my full-time job. I do not make, like I've said, maybe $2 a month. Like, I am not making buku dollars here. And so I have a hard time. I compare myself to other things, to other bloggers who do it full-time. I'm like, okay, you can't. That's not realistic. And it's going against what you have been preaching all along.
Yeah. There's a blogger, I think it's like Love and Lemon. She's out of Chicago. I know a girl and her coworkers, because it's all comedy people. They're all together.
Yes. And I love that.
she was also a comedian. She was at the Annoyance though. We all went out one night, and it was literally like her whole social media team and me, and then like the other people that I was with, and they were all just talking about how many people are actually in that kitchen that looks completely clean, helping her take these pictures. And
it's just me. Hi, it's just me.
Write the copy. You know what I mean? All this stuff. But I mean, this girl, she's sponsored by like Mariano's. Like she does have higher pressure from these like bigger
businesses for sure.
But they have teams. Like they do not just like.
No, it's not just them, and that's a reminder thing that I have to remind myself of when I get caught up in the comparison. Is that it's just me. Like I'm not paying. Yeah. Okay, I should say I did ask Emma to create a Canva for me for my Southern Whispers. And it's actually really good.
I am so ready for Southern Whispers.
I know. She was like, do you like it? I'm like, it's better than I could do. So yeah, I like it.
So we talked about that in the pre-show. Is that something you want to talk about?
Oh yeah.
I feel like X-Files. Like it's like Spooky Mulder. Like, ugh.
It is. Okay. So I am going to start this. There's a big blog that I love, and they do Sunday secrets. And I mean, like they have like hundreds of thousand followers, but they share like all sorts of stuff, but it's called Sunday Secrets. And so one of my friends mentioned I should do Southern Whispers and make it like a secret Sunday. So like secrets of Southern Illinois that people can like submit, and then I can share.
Oh my gosh.
Like a little spice to our life.
We like a spice.
I know. It could be a huge like flop, or it could be really good.
They're all just going to be my secrets. This is a spoiler alert. I can just tell really just Robert is typing.
Casey and Robert, I feel like will have a lot of secrets for you.
I love that. I hope Robert follows me. Does he follow me on
I don't know.
I don't know. Is he still
Robert,
here?
get up there. I don't know if he's still here. But actually, real quick, I want to acknowledge some comments that are made a little bit about the different nonprofits you could support with your kids.
Oh, yeah. Let's look.
Christy Saylor says Art Starts in Marion.
That's a good one. Okay.
Andrew D. Young says, for top donation, I love the Pregnancy Crisis Center, and I'm drawing a blank on the name, but I know the name. So there is a new Pregnancy Crisis Center in Mount Vernon called Grace Haven. Absolutely amazing.
Okay.
It's my gosh, Jessica, you should check them out sometime because it's gorgeous. Like they have created this free resource clinic for women with unexpected pregnancies, and they're there to support them 100%.
Oh, I had no idea. Okay.
And they have a boutique in there. So that's quick story. Me and Andrea collaborated because I bought some things from her boutique, and then she generously donated more, and we gave a bunch of little boys' clothing that were brand new that these moms could earn money through education to go and shop this. It's a gorgeous boutique. Like it's just beautiful. It's amazing.
Oh, how cool is that?
Great, really cool.
Grace Haven. Okay. Robert says, you already know. I need the deeds. I'm here. Okay, this is feeling like a Thursday night secrets is all I can say. I don't know what's happening anymore.
Oh my God, I love it.
So that's another thing I want to talk about though, is like how you started with this idea, Caffeine Until Cocktails. You made it into social media. You made it into a blog. You also have a podcast, right?
Yeah.
You're wearing your sweatshirt.
You do need a team.
I know.
She does. She's creating. She's the fire here.
I don't have very many left.
You still have some.
I do have some mediums left.
Okay, so those were designed by your friend with Polish Prints, right?
Yeah, she owns Polish Prints, Leah. So
she's amazing.
She literally is so amazing. She just did a Mother's Day collection with Carrie Locker, who is from St. Louis, and she's a bedside postpartum labor and delivery nurse. And she was just on Good Morning America recently. And so like huge collab. I was so excited about it. So no, Leah's like, I like am her hype woman, apparently. Like I rave about her all the time. And so she is just stupid, insanely talented. And she's always willing, like, whatever you need. Okay. I'm like, okay, thank you.
I follow her because you posted about her one time, and I don't know, I don't remember exactly what it was. It was several years ago. And but I feel like it was at the beginning of her time.
Oh, you know what it probably was? She did my wedding invites. She did my whole wedding stuff.
That's it. Yeah.
So she started in like paper products, just doing like invitations, and she's insanely talented doing that. Yeah. And then she got into just like some baby onesies, like just some cute onesies to make for her daughter. And then it was just like, it just grew. And now she is huge. And you know what's crazy? So home print, is it home print goods?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Look at me on social media already.
Yes, find it out.
Okay. Home print. They're probably like watching and like, I hate. So it's a printing shop. You know my Southern Illinois shirt that has
yeah. I know exactly what. Yes. I know.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about.
So they do screen printing. And so she was looking for a new printer, and she saw me post about them, and she uses them.
I don't even know those people.
Print home. Look at me.
I already know
it's home print shop. Home print shop.
Oh, yes. Oh, Chelsea Johnson's watching with us tonight. She did a little waving emoji. Thank you, Chelsea, for joining us.
So, see this one?
Yes. Okay. Yes. I love that one. They do some great work too.
I know. They're good. Okay. Let's see. Somebody messaged me. You do so much for the community, and you're amazing. You're so inspiring. Look at us.
Oh, it's so true.
I thought somebody was needing a link for this, and they were needing a link for shoes. So never mind.
I love that. But we
just
like
Amazon
comments
shoes
to tell us how great we are. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, gas your friends up, people. Like, if your friends are out there doing good things, and you
in the middle of a gas crisis, we need it more than ever.
Don't get me started.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so what is Good Burger's real name? Because I don't know.
Honestly, I don't know.
Caleb.
Okay, I didn't know his real name. Caleb.
This whole time I thought it was Carl. I actually texted him today.
Okay, so Caleb's like my biggest hype man.
He's so funny.
He messages me like, he's like, my wife loves you. He's like, my wife loves you, and I just want you to hit 10,000 because I'm so excited for you. I'm like,
his wife is like the prettiest person on the planet.
I don't even know. I need her to like message me to be like, I am his wife, and I would be like, thank you.
Beautiful. Like anytime he posts, he'll be like, my boo, and I'm just like, my God,
I need one of those. Beautiful. I need one of those. How do I get one of those?
She's so pretty. She's got like red hair. She's got glasses on. I'm just like,
oh, so she's just like so cute. Just like
she's like literally cute. So cute.
Love it. I love that. Yeah. So Caleb is from Harrisburg. I've never met any of them in person, but they're from Harrisburg, or he's from Harrisburg, and we know all these same people. So he'll die when he finds out I'm waiting tables on Saturday. He'll like come in. We just talk shit about Harrisburg, Illinois, like all the time. Like that's what we just sit around and do.
Southern secrets.
Yeah, Southern secrets. Things could get really weird on there. Like,
okay, but it's going to be anonymous, right? That's how it's.
Oh yeah, like, of course. Yeah, it is so anonymous. No names. Like it is the most anonymous.
You'll be like
juicy.
Schmacy Schmanese.
Robert is here for Southern secrets or Southern whispers.
Don't you dare.
I think
Robert might be my top customer on Southern Whispers.
Like, Robert needs to be on your podcast where you guys can talk about medical stuff. He would keep everyone so entertained, but that would have to be like a 2-hour segment.
It's fine. It's Dr. Ripperton wanted to come back for another hour.
He's got some stories. Let me tell you. It's enough to make me only want to be in the hospital in a small town. Like
I don't know.
He was telling me about healthcare up there, and I was just like,
New York's different though.
Oh my gosh.
It's special up there. Dallas is like bougie. Like the hospitals in Dallas are bougie. So
okay.
Ship me there. I'll be good.
All right.
So nice.
If it's good enough for the Cowboys.
Okay.
I love it.
Speaking of bougie, I have to shout out Casey real quick. Started her a meme Instagram, like baby, like brand new today.
It's just gonna be curated.
What's it called, Casey?
Yeah.
It's called
Look at me.
Chugi and Bougie.
Okay.
Okay, what is Chugi? Explain Chugi, because I
That
saw
was the cheapest thing I've ever heard.
that's so Chugi. Chugi and Bougie?
Yeah, so
Found it.
I'm just making it.
Wait, your name's not Rachel.
I know.
Is that you?
Yes.
Okay. Chugi and Bougie.
The thing
Ben
is,
Affleck and Uggs.
yes. And I'm just gonna post like
Funny
celebrities
thing.
being Chugi in the early 2000s is basically what I'm gonna focus. Oh my gosh,
Brittany,
where'd she
leave us.
go?
She left us.
She left to tell a Southern secret, and I just know it. It's gonna be about me.
What if she like messaged me being like Southern Whisper? Has she ever done this before? I've never seen her leave.
No, but there was one time whenever I had to do my own improvised monologue because it was when we were with Alana, and they both dropped out of nowhere, and I was like,
and you're like, hi everybody.
I've trained my whole life for this moment.
So I've been to Second City, like in Chicago. Oh, there she is. She's back.
Okay. Full disclosure, I have a certain alarm that goes off at 9:30 and it kicks me off because I'm on my phone. So, okay, I'm back.
We were
Sorry,
like, well, she hates us. She left. We thought you were submitting secrets to Southern Whispers
I am
already.
like over here like whispering into your submissions. So, okay. I don't know what I missed, but I'm sad. Robert, I'm telling you what, he is keeping us going. He says, take me with you. I think he meant to Dallas. And thank you. I don't know what I missed there, but thank you, Robert. Thank you. You're helping our algorithm by leaving comments
I think
tonight.
because I was talking about how good of a doctor, maybe that's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
him. Okay.
We've literally been best friends since we were 10 years old.
Oh, that's cute. He's supporting you.
Yes.
He says, thank you about Chugi.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. So
I love that he's still here.
going back to Chugi and Bougie, something that was really funny is that
that's what we were talking about was Chugi and Bougie.
He didn't know what Chugi was. So I made him the Oregon Trail screen, like whenever like you die of dysentery. But I put Robert has Chugi, and then I filled in all the blanks, and I was like,
this is why you're on social media.
And just like went all the way through.
That's amazing.
Anyway, so that's what that comment was about.
Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know what Chugi is, it is a new term explaining people who are basic, like. They're taking the millennial word basic and just creating a brand new word. It basically is what's going on. Robert said I wanted to delete Insta afterwards. So not only, are millennials just over here trying to get through life, but now we got to worry about being freaking Chugi now. Oh, Ashley Dodson says, hey ladies. Hey Ashley,
hello.
Thanks for joining us. She was in design school with me. She's an amazing designer out in Arizona, actually. So Ashley, cool. Thanks for watching. So now we have to worry about if we're being Chugi or not. So whatever. We'll be what we
I'm probably the most Chugi.
And I'm like, no, it's not. Like you're just
not Chugi. No.
The Office is a masterpiece. The Office is like Breaking Bad of comedy. Like get over here, get a whipping. You're done.
But tell me this. If The Office aired today, would it make it through as long as it did?
Yes.
You think so?
Because Parks and Rec would have happened already.
Because I watched The Office, loving it, but I'm like, this is like an HR nightmare. B, people are very sensitive to jokes like that they say, so I always worry that it's like too much.
So
Robert says
it
no.
did not age well. Okay.
No, it did not.
Here's a Southern secret about Robert.
Don't do anything out here.
It does not like Steve Carell. For some reason, Steve Carell like hurts his belly when he watches it and does not like it. So he'll like Parks and Rec. But anytime I say anything about Steve Carell, he's always like, I hate that man. Like, I know. Like, let me get through this conversation.
Okay. Oh, okay. So in fairness, now that I think about it, The Office probably is shitty. Millennials love it, right? Like we love The Office.
Like my mom obviously owed. I just audibly laughed. I hate him.
Guys, I don't know if late night's good.
Is it Chugi to be shook? Because I am shook right now that you literally just said that.
It is Chugi to be shook. Everything we do right now is Chugi. Maybe even live stream's Chugi. I don't know, but here we are. I'm doing it.
It's Chugi.
I do what I want.
Facebook is Chugi.
We
should have done this on TikTok.
We should have done this on TikTok. So I watched this Gen Z and she says it's Snapchat, TikTok, then Instagram. I was like, where's Facebook? Have you seen all my albums of pictures?
It's like on the shelf with the Britannica encyclopedia.
Facebook.
I need to say, I'm going to speak up here. Facebook is underrated because as a service provider, I have anyone who does not know me personally has probably I've connected with them on a Facebook group. Facebook is so valuable for connections in Facebook groups, especially. Like, I am not going to hate on Facebook. It has been amazing. So anyone who's, starting their business and all that, get in Facebook groups. You are going to meet some incredible people, and you're going to make connections that you literally will not do anywhere else. So, you know what, Gen Z, you just stay off my Facebook groups. I'll just leave it at that.
She said, just stay off my Facebook group.
I don't want to sound like I'm hating on Gen Z. I love them very much. I think they're so brilliant and savvy with a lot of things. And I mean,
do you not see this middle part? There's a reason
it came back.
Like, oh no! What was
like I have money pieces. Shout out to Olivia Porter, and I have a middle part. So
I think it's cute. I like the middle part. I think it's.
I'm here. Well, this is my natural part, so it works well for me.
I always did the side part. Well, I had a shaved head for a long time. And then whenever I started growing it out, I was like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't even know how to order a haircut,
Order a haircut.
I went to Fringe in Carbondale, and after like a couple years of growth, I'd had like 2 really ridiculously expensive haircuts in Chicago just to like get a direction with her. And then she goes, your hair looks pretty mature. And I was like, okay, I don't really know what that means, but honey, I trust you. And then she was just like, floop. And I was like, oh my gosh, those are like cute. That just like instantly made me so cute.
Do I look too mature with my side part?
Go ahead, put it. Show us what it looks like.
I can. Okay, this is like all like reverse back.
You've got a widow's peak too. That's good.
I know. I can't do it. No, side part for life. Absolutely not. No. Okay.
Own it, girl. Own it. It's
Chugi
fine.
and bougie.
Chugi and bougie. That's me.
Chugi and bougie. So anyways, that was a rabbit trail. Y'all check out Chugi and bougie on Instagram. You need to be following Caffeine Until Cocktails on Instagram.
Yeah, that too.
And Facebook.
I'm trying to get to 10,000. I need to swipe up.
Yes, we need her to swipe up. That will change so many awesome things for businesses. So, okay, on the whole swipe up feature, I want to talk about that for a second.
I need it.
Because people don't understand like how changing it is for a business or a platform, to have that. Like, what do you just think is going to happen? Like, what are your plans for if you have the swipe up?
So I think the crazy thing is that it's going to drive traffic to my blog. Like, because I will be able to link things easily. I know this sounds so dumb, but for me to be like, link in bio, like that's annoying. Because you have to exit out of stories, go like search my profile, go to we are needy ass people in this society, and we just want to go like this, and it opens up. And so the crazy thing about the swipe up is that if I link something to Target with the algorithm and like I don't know, there's a bunch of tech things that basically like, if you swipe up enough times on my stuff, any purchase you make on like a website, like gives me a kickback. It's like, it may be $5, but like it's better than nothing for
Yeah.
I mean, I truly put a lot of work into what I do to
It's
not make any money. And I know that sounds so probably bratty, but also like I need to own that like I do put a lot of work into what I do every single day to share, businesses and all these things.
Mm-hmm.
In a swipe up to make like an extra $20 a month. I go from 2 to 20, life changing.
What is your Venmo? Drop it right now. Everyone go Venmo Jessica right now.
No. Oh my God, no.
Support her for her cause.
Oh my gosh, you're so funny.
It really is like a kind of design whenever you're going through these posts, because you're thinking about the overall way that it looks. You're thinking about the overall way that it flows on your grid. You're thinking about, is this on your brand so it's aesthetically pleasing? And then I have these
I am a person who I truly don't. I probably should care more that my feed or grid is more aesthetically pleasing, but that's not real life.
Right.
And I want it to still be real life. Empty's bank account into Jessica's Venmo. It's Jay Stearns, JST and us.
Great.
Bye. That just made my day. So it's one of those things that I never wanted my grid to be like too curated. Mm-hmm. And that was one of my biggest things. Like, I don't want to go to my feed and be like, she looks fake as fuck. Mm-hmm. I want people to go to my feed and be like, okay, this girl has bad days. And that's okay. And she's real. And I'm going to follow her because she's real.
Yeah. Love it.
And that's truly where I'm at, is that, and I do think that people, maybe I haven't hit 10,000 because it's not beautiful, but life isn't beautiful. And I know that. And I want the world to know that. Like, you can have these amazing curated posts, but are you a good person? Like, is that real? No, life isn't beautiful. I live in this poop brown wall apartment, and that is where I'm at in my stage of my life. And I'm always like, make apartment living normal. Like, let's normalize apartment life.
Yes.
And that sounds crazy, but it's one of those things that if I can just normalize something as simple as renting an apartment in a transition phase of my life, someone else is always going to be going through a transition phase too. So I'm going to continue those things. I'm going to continue sharing. And, does my apartment bring me joy? No, but I got flowers last week and that brought me joy. So we'll just go there.
Well, and let's also say this, like, we should not be living for other people to be impressed with what we have. But
people are, and we know that. And that is a real thing. And I want to be relatable. I want people to know that, I'm like, when I post fashion, I always say I'm not a fashion blogger, because I'm not. Like, I like cute things. I like clothes. I do like those things, but I'm not a fashion blogger.
Yeah.
I don't even like when people are like, you're an influencer. I'm like, whatever. Okay.
Yeah. I want to go back to one thing, and because I just want to acknowledge this, because a lot of small businesses, they don't really understand, and maybe they do, but there isn't always quite an understanding of how much work does go in the influencer side of things, right? It's like, you're not just showing up and like having fun in the business and whatever. Like, yes, that's part of it, but then you're intentionally going there with a purpose of, what kind of content am I going to get? What is that story I'm going to tell when I walk away from here? What is, and still be genuine and authentic about it. But like, it's a whole strategy. It's a whole plan. You're not just snapping some pictures and just loading it up. Like, there's a whole thought process behind it. So I just want to say, like,
thank you
publicly on the live stream, like, Jessica is a marketer. Like, she has her own marketing agency for small businesses under the umbrella of Caffeine Until Cocktails. And you know how to show up in a real way. And you have people like me, and I know lots of other people that follow you, where they're like, I want to know what Jessica thinks about this. Or, when you're doing your small business
people message me all the time, like, hey, who do you recommend for this? And I'm like, hold on. Like, I don't know. I'll look into it though.
Yeah.
And I had never been to St. Nick's, and Abby, the owner,
I
messaged
love
me, and
St. Nick's.
oh my gosh, I had never been there. And this
good.
is really telling. Abby invited me, and I went out there, and she like she spoiled me and bought my drinks and all my food for me and my friends. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but like that does take time out of my day to go and I spent almost 4 hours there and talking about beer and tasting beer and doing those things. That is time consuming. So it was really nice that she acknowledged that and rewarded me with, free food and booze. And I'm happy to oblige by those things. And, that was really special. And, heck, Michelle Searles from Rindleman's, I'm obsessed with her.
Michelle.
I love Michelle. We were at the 100 Women, and she was like, let me buy your drink. You helped me so much. I'm like, okay. Like, and it's not like I've never asked like for payment or anything for what I do. But for someone to acknowledge that, like, thank you, heck, a thank you goes a really long way. Thank you for this. Here's a cocktail at an event, like that is meaningful. And those things, it does go a long way. It really does. And when people acknowledge that I work hard and come and see their businesses, that means the world to me. So thank you for acknowledging that it does take time. And I mean, I spend most of my off days visiting small businesses and like chatting it up and getting to know these places. And, I went to the Peony Hill Farm yesterday. I had never been there. It's amazing. Go check it out.
Oh my gosh.
But it is one of those things that I've been able to learn a lot about small businesses in this region that I've never gotten to know about before. I have a whole day planned with Michelle in a couple of weeks, and I was like blowing her up today.
Wait.
Like, I was like, okay, I'll be there at 9. I have 2 photographers coming. I have my friend coming. We're doing this. I'm taking over your Instagram. We're making margaritas like with peaches. Like very much, I'm spending a whole day there to kind of hype people up for the season that starts in June. And I love that Michelle has that marketing mindset too. And she's like, thank you. Thank you. And I'm like, where are we going to lunch? Like, we're going to lunch. We're doing the thing. Like, we're doing all of the things. So it really is, it is important to me. And it is one of those things that when people do acknowledge that this does take time out of my day, I could be sitting at home doing nothing, but it is fun to kind of explore all of the things that Southern Illinois has to offer. So when people acknowledge that I've like taken time out of my day to do that, it's appreciated.
Yeah. That's so important because, like I said, you're doing marketing. You are marketing for them on your platform.
A lot of energy.
And there's so many different forms of marketing that are so important. And what you're doing is, user generated content, and you're all, from your own perspective as an influencer and all those things. That word I feel like has gotten overused in a way, but people need to acknowledge, like, when someone has a voice that they can use for good or whatever way they want to use it, but when they have a platform, they have people who want to listen to them, they are an influencer. And you do that for so many people in this area and beyond. So for me, I'm just always like, well, Jessie is like this best, like, small business marketer, and through her voice, and you're not necessarily doing it as the company. You're doing it as someone who's experiencing the company. Yes. And that is powerful.
And I truly do believe that. You and I have talked about this. I've said, I will never go back to this business. Like, that's a Southern whisper. Like, there have been experiences. Look, she's like, tell me.
I love it.
The post show, we'll have to fill her out.
It is very much, there are businesses that I have worked with that I'm like, never again. Like, not happening. Because if you don't respect me and my time, okay,
well, who are you going to respect?
Yeah. So it's one of those things that there are businesses that love me and reach out to me and want to help me and do these things. So I will work with them because I feel appreciated over, feeling bad for something else. So I would rather do things on that end. And, one thing I've learned is through this entire process is that businesses kind of do need me in that regards of I have a lot of Southern Illinois followers, and
Yeah.
I really do. And, I went to St. Nick's and I had this girl tag me that night and was like, influenced by Jessica to come grab dinner here tonight. And I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Like that she saw my stories and was like, I want to go to St. Nick's.
And they
And
made
I love
$100. Like,
The
you know,
same
it was
thing.
$100. Like, knowing how much it costs at St. Nick's, you know that they made $100 off that.
Yeah, and I love that they tagged me and I reshared it. I got you, girl. And then, they tag St. Nick's. And I think that's so important that's free business. That is free advertising at its finest. And, Abby loves this. She's been posting bad reviews on her Insta stories, like that people have left on Google.
Oh my gosh.
And like making jokes about them. And they're actually really funny. And I was like, your tactic worked because I went over to Google review and left you a review because I'd never done that. Like I had never left you a Google review and I never even thought about it in that regards of like advertising and marketing. Like you probably,
Oh, Robert says, I need a list of people who are buying stuff for you. I'll work with them. Send my number to them. But on a serious note, compensation for time spent is not rude. It's polite.
Robert is my new favorite person.
Robert, you need to be following Caffeine Until Cocktails. You guys are going to be BFF. What's his Instagram name, Casey?
Doc Bad and Bougie.
You're lying.
No, it's true. You would love Robert. He's the best.
Wild and absolutely precious and seriously like the best person.
This is a show about Jessica, but it's become a Robert Stan show.
I feel like Robert needs to come on my podcast.
He's got to. Oh my gosh, he needs to.
Honestly,
oh my gosh,
this guy not only is like excellent at the xylophone.
What?
Not only is he excellent at the xylophone, he grew up on a hog farm and he is out there performing surgeries like it's no big deal on people.
Is he a surgeon?
Yes. Well, he's going to be OB-GYN.
Mm-hmm.
And like deliver babies and all that stuff. He loves it. Yeah. And it's like, what a well-rounded dynamic human being. Also, personality type.
I'm like, what's his Instagram?
Doc Bad and Bougie.
Whose Instagram is that?
Can I say it clearer? But it's Robert Heischman.
We'll send it to you later. Robert, follow her and send her a message. Go make her search for you.
Literally the most precious person in the world.
Oh my god.
We met by the monkey
I'm
bars.
literally dying.
He taught me how the first time I ever met him, I was like, I'm scared. And he was like, let me help you across the monkey bars.
Wait, don't delete the comment yet.
Okay.
And
oh gosh.
He's perfect.
This just made my day.
Can I say that now I understand why late night shows are so freaking funny? It's because I don't even know where I'm at.
Jimmy Kimmel?
It's just like, I don't know.
Whose line is it
hilarious.
Anyway?
When it starts getting late, I'm just at 8 o'clock. I feel like I kind of have my act together a little bit, and like after 9, I feel like woo. I am clearly Chugi, okay?
She is living, laughing, and loving right now, okay?
Chugi.
I'm dying. Bananas are eating monkeys. What the heck? That's his tagline on his Instagram. We're judging you, Robert.
He does whatever he wants.
I love it.
What?
I love it.
And that's the way it should be, Jessica, so what is your, I think I kind of talked about it a little bit, but one, we want 10K followers for Jessica. Tag your friends, share it with your friends. If you have Instagram right now, just make a post about her and tag her. Share one of her posts. Tag her in your stories.
Cute.
Tell your friends to follow.
I'm getting embarrassed. I'm like, don't do that. No.
It literally costs nothing to support someone who is out there doing the good work for our community. And you're a freaking nurse practitioner. Like, not only are you doing good for the community just in your own freaking time, but you're like doing the work professionally, Okay, Robin says,
oh my god,
followed and accepted.
Oh my gosh.
He's too much. He's probably drinking wine right now. I don't know.
I don't think so. He would have told me.
I was gonna say probably not.
I love it.
But that's just one of those things, is if people just realized how easy it is to support each other and to see each other grow. When I started my business, I definitely saw, there were certain people in my circle who completely supported and were all in and shared. And then there were people it was absolute crickets from, right? And it's okay. Like they weren't into what I do, and that's all, it's okay. But you do notice that, right? And I'm hoping all your people are following you and supporting you.
It's one of those things that in life, when people are there, they're there. But when you're like, I need you, you really do realize who's there for you and who's not. And I'm a firm believer in that, in any, chapter of life, whether, some people thought I was stupid for starting this, My family talked a lot of shit, I heard, from behind the scenes, And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, you are making a difference. You are doing all the things. You do have businesses reaching out. And my mom was the first person that was like, if this is going to be like a lifestyle brand, like we need to, she really got behind it. And she was the one that called it a lifestyle brand. And I was like,
your mom's awesome.
I like that. Let's call it a lifestyle brand. And so it's one of those things that, like, as it grows, we'll kind of just see where it goes, because, I may wake up one day and be like, I'm over it,
Yeah.
And my kid may one day be like, it may go from not a mom blog because I may not have much to offer as a mom anymore. But it's one of those things that I do think it'll always be relatable. I will never stray from who I am. I am who I am. I say fuck and I drink a lot of wine, and I want to be relatable. I never want people to feel alone. And I think that's because I felt so alone at one point in my life that I never want anyone to feel the same way I did. And so wherever this lifestyle brand takes me, I'm here for that. If I can support businesses and help them grow and do all those things, I will do that. I'll do anything in my power to help.
He is unhinged tonight. Like,
wine all day.
I love that, Jessica. I absolutely. I think you're going to be. I think you're going to be surprised, because it's really just the beginning, right? Because
I'm about a year in, a little over a year in, and my goal in the first year was to hit 10K, which isn't always realistic. But when I did the giveaways in December, and that really got me going, and I hate to say that you have to grow by doing giveaways on Instagram, because you do, and it's awful, but I do think it draws people in and it helps them get to know you. And it's just part of it. It's part of growing and doing
rules boost
the algorithms. Yeah.
Because they just won't show it.
Yeah, and it's just hard.
Yeah, and you can't do anything else besides play the game to get
and it's hard. I was like anti-reels. I was like, I'm never posting a reel ever.
Really?
Well, go look at my feed. There's reels. And then I started reading about reels and helping algorithms. I'm like, God.
You have to fold it in.
Yeah. I'm just like a creative reel maker. So I really just make video. I like to call them videos, just about
montage
things we've done. Yeah. Montages of other videos.
I love that, because that's behind the scenes, just a recap of your day. And people love that. They like to just see it real quick in little snippets.
Yeah.
But you and I talked about this, I think, on your podcast or after the podcast, was the fact that you have over 7,000 followers, that you've grown organically, being true to yourself. And that is huge. And those numbers are only going to grow. And I think a lot of people, what they don't realize is a lot of the bloggers who are established, so it seems now, there were different rules on social media then, and a lot of them bought their followers. I know specifically people who have.
I will literally tell you, I could log in and pay $1,500 tomorrow and get 10,000 followers in the next 6 weeks. Like I could literally go pay $1,500 to do that, but that's not what I want to do. That's not, there are so many behind the scene things that could happen and I could have these followers overnight, but I don't want that. I don't want to be untrue to myself in anything I do. So
yeah. Oh, I can absolutely tell how successful and driven you already are. There is no other road but to success. It's such a positive view of social media, and I'm living for it. I'm so excited to see where this ends up. Aww.
I have a new biggest fan. I know, that's really nice.
Okay, another thing, though, is you can get 10,000 followers, but they're not going to be engaging on your content. They're not going to be sharing your stories. They're probably not even real. And as a result, that has only hurt your algorithm because now the percentage of your followers who's actually engaging with your stuff is going to be, it's going to negate. It's going to reverse all the hard work.
What they use those accounts to do.
Yeah.
Whenever there is a real person behind it. That's what freaks me out because those bots, they're just constantly gathering information,
so what some of the bigger accounts do, or not bigger accounts, what like this one that has invited me to buy in, they use like celebrities, like you'll see Khloe Kardashian post about all these Louis Vuittons. Go here and follow all of them. So those are like, they use those type of big accounts and they post about the giveaway, like these big celebrities. And then they say, go here and follow all the people they're following. So they're not necessarily fake accounts because it's, I mean, Khloe, these people have millions of followers. So it's one of those things that's why you can gain them because they're paying these celebrities to post for you. And then you're just one of like the little guys on their list. So a lot of people do that.
That's wild.
Yeah,
I hate stuff like that. I hate it.
Yeah. I could do it tomorrow. Like I literally could log in and pay tomorrow. Robert, I need you to empty your bank account into that.
I Venmo her, Robert, the money to do this.
He's in med school. He's broke. Let's be honest here.
Let's Venmo Robert.
Yeah. Robert, do you need a coffee?
He needs a coffee.
He is the charitable cause.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
He's my nonprofit for Saturday.
Honestly.
We love you, Robert. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Well, Jessica, we have taken up a lot of your time tonight, and I absolutely love that you were on here. But I kind of want to like let you tell people how they can follow you, how they can work with you, and how they can just stay connected with you beyond this.
Yeah. So I think my biggest like form of communication is probably on Instagram. I message people all day long. It's Caffeine Until Cocktails, spelled out entirely. If you want to go to my blog, it's caffeineutilcocktails.com. The one thing that I always tell people is, if you want to collab, I'm pretty open to to a lot of collaborations. I mean, I will turn things down, but you offer me free booze and I can't say no. Abby Ansel will vouch for that. She was like, let's do a beer try on. I'm like, okay. So it's one of those things. Loved listening. Oh, thank you.
Oh, I have to say something real quick. Have you ever been to Leslie's? She's Intuitive Soul in Carbondale.
Okay, I want to go there so bad.
Leslie, you need to collab with Jessica.
I literally would die. Oh my God. It looks so cool.
You are going to feel like $1 million after.
And I love a good massage in general, but when I saw it's outside, I love it. That's so cool.
It's so much more. It is so much more.
Okay.
Leslie, you need it. Oh, she said, let's do it. Yes. Leslie. Jessica,
I love this.
This is a collab.
Okay. I'm here for this.
You guys need to connect.
Yes. Message me on Instagram. I'm here.
Jessica,
I'm so excited.
I want to see this happen.
I know.
I do too. Okay, so sorry, I introed.
No, I love that. So it's one of those things that it's very much, message me. Let's figure out a way to support your business and collab with me. Like I said, I hate giveaways, but giveaways really drive businesses. It gets people there. It gets people excited. People want free stuff to try it out before they invest their money in it. And I found that is very, very true. Some people are like, oh, what do we do? I'm like, you need to do a giveaway. They'll follow you, it's the nature of the beast, unfortunately, is it'll get you followers and they'll see your content and they'll get excited. That's the biggest thing. This is just my plug. I have an Airbnb at Lake of Egypt.
Yes.
Oh,
So if you're looking at your Airbnb.
So if you're looking for a lake house at Lake of Egypt or a little summer vacation, you can search it, Caffeine Until Cocktails Lake House, which is very fitting because, you go on vacation and you have caffeine until cocktails when you're traveling.
Very
So
cool.
I do that as well. And it's actually really cool just because it's something different and it's my free content to kind of promote my lake house
And
too.
don't forget
love
that the eclipse is coming up in 2024. And this will sell out. Like this will be booked up.
Oh yeah,
probably
which is
by
so
next
cool.
year.
I only have 2 weekends available left this summer until the end of August. Yeah.
I bet. Airbnbs
my
are
gosh.
hard to get into, especially around here. They're really hard to get into.
Yeah. So I only have 2 weekends in August left, and I think a weekend in May and 1 weekend in June. So, and everything else is booked. So
I love that.
yeah. And then what was the other thing? Oh, this is really exciting. So Monday, I am doing with Emma and Abby from St. Nick's. We are doing a shoot with Eccentrics.
Yes.
Cool.
To shoot a bunch of content for summer stuff and lake. They have some new lake t-shirts. We're shooting it at my Airbnb on Monday.
Perfect. That is going to be so cute. Oh
I know. I was I want some bodies or people that are adults. That sounds terrible, but in their 30s that are normal human beings that, I love all of the models that they use at Eccentrics, but I was people that are moms that have bodies that are not the normal model thing. And so, Abby is breastfeeding and I'm just me. I'm not a model by any means. And so it's one of those things that I think that I will continue to push businesses to do. And so that's me. Oh, and Magpies this weekend. I am just sorry.
What else you got?
I know. Magpie is this weekend. Magpie is super cool because a lot of the businesses I collabed with for the giveaway are going to be there. And they all were like, "Are you coming?" I'm like, "Yes, I'll be there Saturday." So people always will be like, are you Caffeine Until Cocktails? I'm always like, that's me. So don't hesitate to say hi to me. I may be awkward because that's just me in person, but I will be at Magpie on Saturday, but it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And there's so many amazing vendors that will be there and tons of local Southern Illinois businesses.
Trucks.
Yes, but Ruby's Attic, Wit and Wisdom, and Eccentrics, I know for sure will all be there. So
Awesome. And
okay, I'm done. I've taken up all your time.
By the way, no.
Oh, the Williamson County Fairgrounds again.
Williamson County Fairgrounds. Okay. We got one more comment from Robert, and he says, "I want to collab."
Oh, you have to collab on the surgery together.
Collab on
Can I get a free C-section if I have another baby? How does that work?
That's
Probably
my
would.
deal. Back off.
Oh,
You
that's
guys just get a
amazing.
little, we are something. Jessica, this has been so much fun. We never.
I
get to
know.
hang out.
Thank you. I know. I'm so
We-
excited. Thank you so much for
I
having
know.
me, though.
Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it.
I'll do it whenever you want. Okay, whenever I can make it happen.
Okay. How about we need to do one where we talk about the Airbnb, because I think that is an excellent topic. So people be prepared for part 2, maybe sometime in the summer. We'll see. Whatever works for Jessica's schedule. And we're gonna sign off now. So thank you for joining us, Jessica.
Bye, everybody.
Awesome. Follow Caffeine Until Cocktails. Get her to 10K.
Yes, please.
Good night.
Hi. Are we still live?
Yes,
No,
we
we're
are.
still live.